All right, shalom, shalom, boys. Here, well, out here, about to leave the land to do some running for the day. But it's interesting to see what's going out in the world. These spirits that are going out and manifesting in people, in towns, and in major cities all across this land. Let's take a perfect example of Atlanta, Georgia. Now, I remember in my 20s and late 20s and early 30s, hanging out in, the more fluent uh, sections of Georgia, while at Villarica or Buckhead or, hanging out at Lenox Mall. I mean, this was the spot to go to where you would put on your finest clothes and go out and have something to eat, and enjoy the cultural of the black cultural experience in Atlanta. And you know, uh, when I hear about the stories that are going on in Atlanta today, it's truly shocking. And when you look at how far we have declined as a people, uh, and especially places like Atlanta, where Atlanta is now overshot Chicago for one of the largest major cities where black on black crime is taking place. Uh, and it's a sad thing because one of the things that you never see black people talk about is black on black crime. What we'll do is we'll get on and, every time a black pookie or a black person gets shot, uh, which pretty honestly, I really don't care. But you see these people getting shot by white cops, right? And you see them protest, you see them burn down cities, you see the lawsuits, you see everything uh, that takes place as a direct result of a white cop shooting a black man in the streets or a black woman in the streets. And it's a sad thing. But, when we look at the scenario of who is marching and who is complaining and who is providing the solutions or trying to analyze why is it that black on black crime is happening and why are we not equally, if not more so, outraged with the fact that black people are killing black people at an unprecedented rate in this country. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about the epidemic of single motherhood that we have, that are raising these children to go out and do these things. Nobody wants to talk about the breakdown in the family. Nobody wants to talk about Pookie and Ray Ray. Nobody wants to talk about Bonquisha. Nobody wants to talk about the ratchet behavior that we see within our communities. Nobody wants to talk about that. What we want to do is we want to say it's the white man's fault. The reason why this is happening is because of institutionalized racism and this, that, and the third, and so forth and so on. Where when we look in this country, we are the freest that we've ever been. This is the best captivity out of all of the captivities that the black people, the so-called Hebrew Israelite people, or so-called black people have been in. This is the best captivity that we've ever experienced. And what we're seeing is the continued inability of our people to have a level of respect and honor and integrity and love towards one another. We don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about all these other issues. We want to cry about abortion. We want to cry about Roe v. Wade. We want to cry about all of these issues that at the end of the day really don't matter. When we look at the family structure, it is all but decimated today, and nobody wants to talk about it. And it just brings me back to places like Atlanta, where you have people getting shot at an emperor. You have children getting shot in their beds while they're at home in affluent or nice sections of town, and nobody wants to talk about this. everybody's about elect Stacey Abrams. When this witch Democrat, she's not going to change anything for the average person. You got that I forgot the name of the black woman that was a mayor out there in Atlanta. Lightfoot. I don't remember what her name is. Lighthouse. Some catchy name. But since she's been elected, this in these democratic cities, I can go on whether it's New York, Chicago, Atlanta, represented black people run these towns. Is this not a fact? These mayors are black mayors, and you see underneath them, you see all of this cesspool, you see all this crime, you see all of this this debauchery going on. And it's interesting, the media is reporting on it, but in the stats are there. See, when you look at the statistics, the information is all there. You see, and so this is why I say, and then you got the lesbians out and the LGBTQ. Could you imagine? I couldn't imagine it, but this is what people experience in Atlanta. They and their children, especially the Atlanta Israelites, right? They take their children, right, out to the mall and out in the public, and their children, they see black lesbians, they see black pookies with their drawers down. They see homosexual behavior. They see all this debauchery and stuff. But these people, they say, they're right and righteous, and they have no intentions of leaving Atlanta whatsoever. They're concerned with what they concerned with. They concerned with herbal tinctures. They concerned with fringes. They're concerned with being Pookie and Ray Ray and Boquisha, the Most High rappers. We got that going on today. It's all a joke. They got necklaces selling for $1,000. The 12 tribes of Israel. You get yourself a nice necklace with the fake rubies and the fake sapphires and the fake gemstones, and they selling it for $1,000. And you got to and what is this doing to help the people? You see, the so-called Black Wall Street that they got down there. It's all a literal joke. And none of these people, none of these Democratic people, whether it's Stacey Abrams, any of these people, they don't have no solutions, right? The solutions have been given. They said, well, you're talking about these problems. What are the solutions? Well, why don't we just keep the commandments? Why don't we just live set apart? Why don't we grow our own food? Why don't we learn how to hunt? Why don't we learn how to chop wood and provide wood for our own stoves? And provide heat for our own places? Why don't we educate our children ourselves instead of sending them to the public school system? Why don't we do these things? You know why? Because it's too hard. You see, everybody has this excuse that is constantly put forward that it's too hard and I don't have the resources. But you see these same people, right? You see these same people. They got Jordans on. They got a fresh new cap on. They looking nice and spiffy. They out living a life. They driving Beamers and nice cars and racing and that. But hey, they have no resources to go out. You know why? Because they're totally immersed in modern day Atlanta, Georgia, just like New York, just like Chicago, just like LA, just like all these major cities, Sodom and Gomorrah. That's just the truth of the matter. And see, the idea is that we're seeing this perpetuate right before our very eyes. Look at what's going on. Look at the historical account of what was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. And then you see what's going on in Atlanta, and it's the same thing. Look at the account and the thought process of the people that was in Sodom and Gomorrah, which was black people. See, was not Sodom and Gomorrah? Because we claim that the Israelites are black people and they're the chosen people and this and the third. But then we want to ignore that black people was doing all of this stuff. See, we've taught the nations how to be wicked. You see? See, nobody wants to hear these things. because we're supposed to be a light. But see, we're all immersed in Atlanta, Georgia. We're all immersed in and LA. We're all immersed in New York. We're all immersed in Chicago. And we got no intentions of leaving. We're gonna be righteous. And the claim is that I don't have the resources. I don't have this. I'm gonna be righteous in a wicked city. You see? But when the Most High said, "Come out," when He said to his wife, Lot, and his wife and his family, "Come out." You see, these are the same examples that we had, whether it was Noah, whether it was Lot, or that whether it was prophesied by the Messiah himself, what would be taking place in these cities in the end time. What do people do? We're going to put on some fringes and we're going to be holy. We're going to rap for the Most High and we're going to be holy. We're going to get together and march. And we're going to show them righteousness. You see? While we're eating their food, we're renting from their apartments. The white man's the devil, right? And they renting from the apartments. This is what they're doing. They're immersed in the culture. They're going out and their children are seeing this stuff on a daily basis. What did the Apostle Paul say? He said he was grieved in the spirit when he went into the cities because of all of the idolatry that he saw. Is this not true? Is this not a fact? But again, all these people out there in these cities, and they're not grieved in the spirit at all. Their children walk. See, out here in the country, you don't see any of that. See, what I don't see when I go out to the local Tractor Supply, go to the client's house or whatever, I don't see bonquishes and rockquishes, whatever. Because, see, to live out here, you know what I'm saying? You got to be a working man. And I feel more safe out here amongst the white devils, amongst the heathens. Not to mention, you know what I'm saying, these white devils and these heathens, $100,000 plus covenant contract and services. You see, that's a fact. You see? So, this is why I'm not held to any, nobody can't hold nothing over my head. You see? I'm a free man. I live free and I'm a sovereign. And that's a beautiful thing. And I'm only accountable to the Most High and those who He put in the positions of authority. But the idea is that, everybody else, they don't want to hear any of this. They want to be holy and righteous in the midst of wickedness. And they're supposed to be showing them. And see, this is all of the excuses. I don't have enough money. We're being righteous. You ain't showing these people nothing. You see? You're conforming to them because, see, you're going to conform to the environment that you're in. This is just how it works. If you're surrounded by wickedness, hey, did He not tell Noah to come out? Did He not tell Lot to come out? We miss these stories. We don't want to understand these stories about he said, don't do as the heathen do. But look at folks in function. Oh, Solomon had gold teeth, so you got dreads and gold teeth and tattoos all over your body and shorts and you 50 years old. I mean, it's sad to see what's going on, but nobody wants to talk about these things. The ATL Israelites ain't going to talk about. They ain't going to. But one of them going to get on camera and denounce all of the black on black crime that's going on in the debauchery and the lesbianism. They're not going to preach again. You know why? Because they're there. they're rubbing elbows with them every day. So why would they say anything? See, a lot of people, they don't like what I'm saying. They don't like what people like me are saying. But it's not but the truth. Come out of her, my people, and be separate. All these excuses. But see, I'm a living example of someone who's come out the city, left my good corporate job, and now I live free, debt-free, self-sustainable, financially sustainable, self-sufficient, off-grid income, off-grid lifestyle. Isn't that beautiful? Yes, you can do it. You just got to sacrifice. And the fact is that a lot of people, they're not going to make the sacrifice. Things are going to get so hard and so depressing that they're not going to be able to make the sacrifice. You see? It's sad of what's going on right now. But who's going to talk about it? Who's going to live it and give an example of what it means to be set apart? It's sad. There's only going to be a remnant, but all these hypocrites out there in Atlanta, they're going to continue to do what they're going to do and wash it under the rug. And but this is what we do. But what y'all doing about the black on black crime? Stacey Abrams and all that, they're all hypocrites, every single one of them. But hey, that's what we like to listen to today, huh? Let me go ahead and get something done. You have a blessed day. Shalom.